Hey everybody, once again this is Brittany with Aligned with Prosperity, Power, and Purpose. It's a little bright out here, so forgive me for squinting, but it's so beautiful. And you know what? Let me just say that's one of the blessings of being self-employed, being an entrepreneur, is guess where my office is? Out on my deck. You can't get better than that. No, you can get better than that. Instead of only being able to do it 6 months out of the year, my goal is to do it 12 months out of the year. Okay, so we have just started this new series, and the new series is, are your emotions keeping you from being financially successful? Ooh, fuzzy. Sorry. Get distracted easily. Okay, so are your emotions keeping you from being financially successful? I said I was going to start in alphabetical order, and with the exception of the other day where we started with envy, I am going to pretty much keep to that. We're going to talk about abandonment. Now, I know already that there are some of you out there who are going, what in the heck does abandonment have to do with being successful financially and in my business? Well, let's look, let's see. Okay, here's a quote by Tatum O'Neal, and she says, I overcame neglect, deprivation, abandonment, and abuse. Interesting. Tatum O'Neal, from what we know, for a very long time was a very successful actress. She has also had some slip-ups. Okay, and clearly those slip-ups come from the neglect and deprivation and abandonment and abuse that she felt she, dealt with when she was younger. Okay, so as much as I do think you can overcome these emotions, these situations, these problems, I also think that it's a daily work. It's not something that you get over and then it's gone forever. I don't believe that. I believe it's something that you have to work on. It becomes easier with time, but you still have to work on it. Okay, I also want to read to you something else. This is from the Bible, and yes, I am a Christian, and therefore a lot of my insight comes from what I consider to be my lifeline. Okay, and that would be the Bible. And I want to read something to you from Psalms 27:10. It says, even if my father and mother abandon me, the Lord will hold me close. Interesting. Even if your mother and father abandon you, God will hold you close. I agree with that. I absolutely agree with that. Does it mean that it's going to make things easier? See, that's part of the problem with our society is we're always looking for the easy way out. And it didn't say anything in here about it's going to be easier. It's just saying that you're going to have help there. Okay, so let's talk about how abandonment and your finances and your business all mesh together. This is how I see it, okay? If you are an entrepreneur, especially if you're an entrepreneur, many times you join programs that will help build you as an entrepreneur, whether you are into affiliate marketing or something else, or you join an MLM or a network marketing company. You usually have a tier of people at the top. Okay, these are your leaders. These are the ones who are already successful, and you want to model yourself to be at the top tier. Okay, how many times have you heard these sad stories? I won't call them horror stories. In some cases, they are horror stories, where, for whatever reason, not passing judgment, but for whatever reason, the people on the top tier abandon the people on the bottom or in the middle. If that happens to you enough times, you become gun shy. So when an opportunity arises that is really the one for you, you are so scared and so fearful that you're going to be stuck in another situation where your leaders, your mentors are going to abandon you, guess what? You don't even bother to do your due diligence and, really make a valuable decision as to whether or not this opportunity is for you because you're so gun-shy. So what happens? Your finances suffer. Your business mentality suffers because you stop growing. You become paralyzed. You're so afraid that you're going to be abandoned by the next company, you don't do anything. Okay, and you can't not do anything for a long enough period before you have nothing. Okay, and then you're flat broke. And then what happens? All of a sudden you've got to run out and get a job, or you've got to borrow money, or you're living hand to mouth. I don't believe that is the ultimate design. That is not why God created us. That's not His will for us by any stretch of the imagination. Once again, and I will continually say this, we have a choice. We always have a choice. We can get sucked in by the abandonment and play the victim. And, that will always be our excuse. Well, I was abandoned in the last company, so I really can't step out into this one. We can do that for the rest of our lives and never have anything. Or we can make the choice to step aside from that abandonment and look at it for what it was for that situation and not take that baggage with us into the next one. Okay, it's easier said than done. I totally get that. It is. But you have to start someplace. You have to start someplace. So the next time an opportunity arises, whether it's in business or a relationship or anything really, and you have suffered some kind of an abandonment situation, you need to stop. You need to analyze what you're feeling, why you're feeling it, and then realize that this new opportunity, whether it be a relationship or a job or a career change or an entrepreneurial, endeavor, you need to look at that separately and don't allow the two to mesh with one another. Okay, of course you have to use common sense. And if you are getting offered a new opportunity and you realize that the same people who abandoned you in the last one are behind this new opportunity, then run for the hills, for sure. But if that's not the case, then do your due diligence, okay? Ask a lot of questions, and then step out in faith, because guess what? It's not destined that you are to be abandoned in everything that you do for the rest of your life. It's not. It's a mindset. Okay? Yes, somebody might do something to you that was wrong, really wrong, and abandon you, and I understand that. I've been there, okay? However, you can do one of two things. You can look at that situation and take all the good that came out of that situation, okay, and use it. Or you can dwell and waller in how horrible it was and how everything's always going to be that way and never do anything. The choice is up to you. The choice is absolutely up to you. So yes, can abandonment mess up your business and mess up your finances? Yeah, it can if you allow it to paralyze you, if you allow it to. But if you make a conscious choice to not let that happen, then guess what? You're on the road that leads higher. You're about to make a difference. Okay, so in our next episode, we are probably going to talk about anger, which is a pretty hefty subject, so it might take 2 episodes to deal with the anger issue. In the meantime, I hope you have a very wonderful, blessed day, and remember, align yourself always, at all times, align yourself with prosperity in every area of your life, with power in every area of your life, and with purpose in every area of your life. Have a great day.